Hello, this is Queen Jazz bringing you the BRAAP on Bivas Ambasada, up and coming filmmaker. Would you like to introduce yourself your own way, Bivas, please?
Yeah, sure. I'm a young writer slash director from South London, and basically I just make short films and work on music videos at the same time as well. So I'm just trying to come up in the game, fresh, kind of a beginner, but yeah.
And how have you found it growing up in London? Has that been the inspiration behind your films?
Most definitely. Growing up in London, the environment that I've grown up in, friends that I was associated with, just people that I moved with. Just my lifestyle that I lived, friends lived, my peers lived, family. That's definitely got a lot of inspiration.
And you have a very positive approach, don't you, to your filmmaking?
Absolutely. The reason behind that, I would say, is because I've come from such a negative background, so to see a bit of positivity was a difficult thing, but now to live a positive life, I put it into my writing, I put it into my films, and just showcase it and vent out, into the arts.
I love the name of your company, Euthanasia.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think it's very fresh.
Mm-hmm.
How did you actually come up with that? Because it's probably not as obvious as it looks.
Yeah, well, there's euthanasia is, as everyone knows, what euthanasia is literally assisted killing, but I had to flip it and put the Y on it and youth and Asia, because with every project that I touch, I wanted to support the youth and help the youth, and it's aimed at them to perhaps live a better life or see something better in life. And Asia is because I'm from an Asian background myself, so I flipped it and just put euthanasia, but still pronounce it euthanasia. That's all it is, really and truly. And it is a catchy name, but yeah, Euthanasia Films.
And how about the ambassador? Is this again because you're speaking for the youth and for Asia?
You know what, with the ambassador thing, it was more like, when I was younger, we all had our little tags, our aliases, and ambassador at that time just sounded slick, it sounded cool then. But now I've realised that I'm in the entertainment field. Actually, I've put a meaning to it. I do feel at times I'm like an ambassador, like a positive, I won't say a role model because I don't want to be a role model, but a positive human being anyway. That can represent something solid and, definitely define myself as a positive person. And perhaps in due course, that could aspire and inspire someone as well. If I spark one person's brain, that's enough for me, and that's how I feel what the ambassador does, I feel like a representative,
Years ago you did a poetry book, didn't you, I believe, that was produced?
Yeah.
Is that where everything started from, the poetry?
Yeah, the poetry book you're talking about, Tomorrow. And everything did start from poetry. Everything did start from writing. To tell you the truth, I used to write heavy before, my daily experiences, my daily life experiences, what I went through, good times, bad times, happy times, sad times, everything. So I used to document my life. It was the best way for me to express myself, through writing, sorry. So that was my comfort zone, and in due course I wanted to develop the writing and have the transition from writing to on screen, So
did you? Sorry.
Yeah.
Did you find that you had in images coming in your head?
Yeah, there was always. The way I documented my writing is like it felt so vivid. It felt so vivid, and it was only right for me to transcend that onto a visual format. So turn literal poetry into visual poetry is what I'm doing right now, and that's how I would describe my filmmaking right now. It's visual poetry.
Yes, your film history is extremely strong. The imagery throughout is very strong, which again was evident in the recent poetry that you've put up on the net. How come you met Luke Skies?
With Luke Skies, I met him by chance. It was a few years back. you know, he was at my cousin's restaurant, and I was there as well, and it was just a chance meeting. You know, we started to talk. He does the music, I did the filmmaking, and you know, we sat down, had these ideas, and you know, we just went for it, and from then it was history.
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. Would you just like to tell us about the awards that your film has been nominated for?
Yeah, I recently came back from the Stockholm International Film Festival, and it done well over there. And I came also recently. The film has been accepted for the Limelight Film and Arts Awards in the UK. So it's definitely a good look, and you know, I'm just continuing to, you know, push it for the film festivals. You know, it hasn't won any awards yet, but it has had a lot of media attention and a lot of media acclaim. A lot of critics have given it good reviews, and a lot of important people have actually turned their heads towards the film and gravitated towards it, you know, because of the message and what it stands for, because ultimately the film is an anti-knife, anti-gun crime film, you know, and that's what we're aiming towards. So it's yeah, I mean, so far so good.
Yes, it fits in really with the way in which society is moving at the moment, after long periods of depression, etc., with the guns and so on.
Absolutely.
Would you consider doing a light-hearted film, or do you think you'll stay more with the genre you fitted into?
Yeah, I was asked. No, you know what? There's many sides to every individual, and there's many sides to me as well. I would for now, yeah, I'll stick to the drama, but in due course, as I develop and you know, I grow as a person, there will be light-hearted films, you know, to do with love, romance. You know, obviously, what I'm doing now, with, you know, in touch with the streets and in touch with, you know, just raw human emotions. You know, it's what I know best. So, yeah, you'll see many different aspects and many different sides from me. You know, and I think the audience will realise that when I do a feature film, because I'll cook it all up in that. You know, it won't just be. I don't want to be categorised just in one genre of filmmaking. I definitely want to develop and, you know, keep it versatile.
Well, thank you very much, Bivas,
No
and
problem.
BRAAP is very keen to be following your career.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks a lot.